track position, 2 right side tires only for the 4. He did mention a lot of rubber buildup on the racetrack, especially in turns 1 and 2, Vince.
Austin Cindric and Joe Nemechek get the wave around to the lead lap. Stage 2 underway, and green. Christopher Bell on the inside, Johnny Sauter outside. Wow, 3 wide coming down the straightaway.
Be interesting to see if Johnny Sauter can get over in front of Chase Elliott. He's battling for the lead. Now he's not thinking about getting over. He wants to go against those 2 tires on Christopher Bell's truck and grab the lead, Sauter. Look at that strong run on turn 4.
And that's going to be the one struggle of 2 tires, is getting the buildup off the left side tires in order to get your truck to turn like the 21 is able to. And you see Johnny lead right against that right front tire, and that's what you want to do to be able to finish that pass.
How far do you push it, Kevin? How far do you hold it over to the left, hoping you can squeeze that guy down, but knowing he could wreck you both?
Well, I think as the outside guy, you want to be as aggressive as you can, because you know if you don't get it done in a certain amount of time, you're going to probably stack those guys up and get passed by more than one. So you see the advantage that those 4 sticker tires gave you right off the bat. And you got to remember, Christopher Bell's tires also have all of qualifying on them too. So if he's able to make any ground right here, this is going to change the strategy for the rest of the race.
Aggressive move as Ty Dillon trying to work his way up into the top 5. Currently sits 6th. Caitlin?
Yeah, Vince, he made up some ground after that last pit stop, something that's helping him. He actually has Austin Dillon's his Cup pit crew pitting that 99 truck for him, but they made a track car adjustment, went ahead and put 4 tires on. He was just a little bit free off. They're hoping that adjustment will help him this time around, guys.
Let's look back at the restart here too. They all stack up.
I think that's just the Ford's choice. Christopher Bell decided he'd bring them down at a really slow pace, and people weren't ready for that.
Everybody tries to anticipate that restart, and as they get closer and closer to the end of that restart zone, they're like, he's got to go, he's got to go, he's got to go. And next thing you know, everybody's thinking he's going to go running into the guy in front of him, and you have some guys rear-ending each other.
You know, this is a great truck race. We see strategy here for Rudy Fugle putting the Ford truck, up into the 2nd position. He's getting hounded by Chase Elliott. But those Cup crew chiefs that are going to be racing here tomorrow, they're watching closely what Rudy Fugle's decision on that Ford truck, how that works out for him getting those 2 tires.
And so is this Cup driver up here following this race, because I'm pretty impressed so far. And if you can gain that track position by just strategy, that's a whole lot easier than trying to get it on the racetrack. It's way easier to get it on pit road.
And Christopher Bell pitted from 4th position, came out with the lead, taking those 2 tires, and now sits 2nd with Johnny Sauter out front.
And you know, the fact that he was running 4th, Vince, that makes that even a bigger gamble, because they didn't have much to gain, but if it did work, they had a whole lot to lose. So great call by Fugle, and great driving by Christopher Bell to keep that track position. He's holding off Chase Elliott now.
And that's one thing I'm surprised about a little bit, is Chase hasn't made up more ground on the Ford truck and been able to get by him.
The 66 of Ross Chastain. Right there behind Chastain is the 16 of Ryan Truex, the brother of Cup star Martin Truex Jr.
See Brandon Brown getting loose there off turn 2, and Chastain in that South Carolina truck. Oh, he's going to get spun there by Truex.
So Brandon Brown goes around, was 22nd, 1 lap down. Looked to be a significant amount of damage. They'll recoup, and we'll reset, and we'll restart when we come back. The NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. We take a look at our Ford track facts. Some of those who have piloted a Ford to victory here at Martinsville.
Roy Logano a couple years ago broke a long winless streak for Ford. Chase Briscoe running up in the 4th position is the best running Ford at this point. There you see on board with Chase.
There's the 44 of Brandon Brown. Is the reason we are under caution, and here's a look at why.
Kevin, I asked you how far do you squeeze over to the left before you've gone too far?
Yeah, that is definitely not Truex's fault there. The 44 just squeezed him down so far that he held his ground, and there was nowhere else to go on the other side. There was the curb, and that was it. So 44 tried to squeeze in there. Brandon Brown tried to squeeze in there and wound up spinning himself out.
Truex is running along in the 17th position, so no harm, no foul for him. And like you said, there wasn't anything he could do about that. He was just right on the curb, and Brown tried to squeeze in.
Sometimes you can get away with that. You know, you can squeeze a guy and he'll slam on the brakes and let you in, and you can be that bully for a time or two. But most of the time, they stand their ground and you wind up spinning out.
Getting ready to come back to green with Christopher Bell and that 4 truck on the outside.
All good, about 6 I was there. Remember how the 21 race started you there off of 4? You can stay side by side with about how really raced you off of 4 there on your first lap. What he did to make you not exit 4, see if he can do the same thing.
That's just what you were talking about, Kevin. He wants to hang down on the side of him, trying to keep him squeezed down. But, man, Slaughter got a great run down into turn 1. It looks like Chase Elliott's going to dive in there as well.
Yeah, Bell just didn't get the launch that those guys did the time before. You see him just dive to the bottom and take that bottom away from Chase Elliott.
That was aggressive.
That was very aggressive.
Yes, they made it. Looks like he's going to try to squeeze him up high.
Elliott rounding the top with Bell underneath as they battle for second. Bell holds on.
That's a strong move for Christopher Bell with those 2 tires. Here comes Matt Crafton. He drives around Chase Briscoe.
On the outside is the 18 of Noah Gregson, the rookie from Las Vegas.
Rookie from Las Vegas is doing a great job early in this race, guys. Solid. Trying to make a pass on the high side. Got really wide there off turn 2, but look at the momentum he gained down the back.
And after his first 2 races, he definitely needed a solid day. He's done a great job so far.
And if you can get it done at this track, I believe you can get it done anywhere. This is what he's used to. He's a short track racer from Vegas. This is more in his wheelhouse, and he's proven that he can get it done. Oh, no.
Come on. Clear. All clear.
Just as we're talking about Noah Gregson, he gets spun.
Well, it's going well up till then.
I almost feel guilty.
Yeah, we were giving him a lot of...
Great free throw shooter the guy is right before he steps to the line and misses 2.
I was not going to talk about anybody else for the rest of the day.
You have to, that's where.
Well, the good news is all the fenders are still on it, and he's still rolling, and he's on the lead lap, so he'll race his way back towards the front.
Yeah, they could have come out a lot worse, right?
Yeah, no doubt. Spun right in the middle of the field, and he was battling for the 5th position, and you can see he got hit by the 29 of Briscoe. Briscoe got loose on the bottom.
Yeah, he just got loose and wound up getting into the side of the 18.
Oops. Stop. Coming back to Martinsville.
Switch.
Connect to adventure.
Under caution in Martinsville, the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. The 18 of Noah Gregson went around. Had a little help from the 29 of Chase Briscoe. And now Gregson has come onto pit road to make sure everything is tight and secure. Got 4 tires and out he goes. Anyway,
36 will.
Turned out to be a blessing for the 18 of Gregson.
I think it's going to have to. I think that's the box that they are put in with having to put that set of tires on. He's going to have to stay out at the end of the stage. I shouldn't say have to. Most likely will stay out at the end of the stage. But 29 just got in there and got loose and had to chase the truck up the track and spun the 18 out. That was just unfortunate timing.
You can see the 18 slides up the track, gives 29 clean room just a little bit. We talked about earlier, when you get behind, sometimes you got to mix things up, and that's exactly what the 18 team will have to do. Strategy will be a part of their success today if they're able to pull anything off.
Yeah, right now he just wants to stay on the lead lap and try to put himself in position to be able to stay out and capitalize on hopefully a few more caution laps as we get towards the end of the stage.
Just got to be careful in the middle of the corner like that. If you're at their door number, you're at their front seat. CJ, you're gonna have to really be on your toes now. My left side finger somehow got worked off. Oh, I got you, buddy. If I say be defensive, you just pulled out a lane.
It's easy for them to say. Standing up in the grandstand.
There's nothing worse than not being able to see what's on your left side after you're used to it.
Pace vehicle is off, and the restart is on with Johnny Sauter inside, Christopher Bell outside.
Christopher Bell's got a good run off turn 2. He's going to Chase Elliott. More and more impressed every lap with those 2 tires. That call made by the team. Looks like it's going to pan out for him.
And that top groove is really getting a good launch off of turn 2 because you can keep the guy on the inside pinned down. But that backs up to the center of the corner. They're able to roll the center and get a good launch off the corner on the top for at least the first lap.
It's a 99 of Ty Dillon on the outside trying to get in on that bottom line. Battling with Chase Briscoe. Right there for the fifth spot. John Hunter Nemechek coming up on the inside now of Dillon.
I really think if that 99 truck of Ty Dillon could ever get up there towards the top 3 or 4, I think he's got a good enough truck to run up there. He's hung on the outside right now and losing a couple spots. And that's the kind of the battle that you fight here in Martinsville. You have a good truck, when you have a restart, you make your ground up, and next thing you know, you're on the outside on the restart, you lose 4 or 5 spots, you got to start over.
It's Timothy Peters inside of Dillon now, and the 98 of Infinger is taking a look.
He saw Ty Dillon, he wanted over, but there wasn't room. Infinger fills that hole. There's Stuart Friesen racing on the inside of Brett Moffitt.
Those two got together just a little bit ago, so keep an eye on them. See if maybe there might be a payback in store.
Whoa, Friesen gets loose, opens up the door for Kaz Gralla on the bottom of that 33 Kiklos truck.
Now Justin Haley in the 24 comes inside. There's Moffitt giving a little bang to the back end of that 52 truck of Friesen.
If I was Friesen, I'd give Moffitt a lot of room. Does just that.
Well, Friesen, he's a modified racer, and he's not used to these trucks and having fenders and things on the side. And this is just a classic example, I think, of, like you said, Michael, looking in the mirror, trying to block the inside and then overdriving the corner and hit the truck in front of you. So Moffitt was definitely not happy and wound up repaying a couple taps to the back of that 52 truck.
And that 52 truck, this is his first start here, Vince, and he's seeing things that he never dreamed of before. A lot of action going on around Stuart Friesen.
And Friesen slipping back down to the 16th.
That's Kyle Donahue behind him. Missouri racer. See the battle for second here. Chase Elliott's beginning to heat up. Christopher Bell. What a dominating performance Bell put on our last time out.
You see Bell start to slide up in the center of the corner, and those front tires are starting to give up, and along with the rear tires as you hit the throttle, but he's starting to really dive in that corner in 3 and 4 because of the fact that it's probably sliding as you get 3/4 of the way through the corner, and that happens on this end of the racetrack where they're going right now. The front end winds up sliding up the racetrack, and you wind up spinning the rear tires on the exit. 1 and 2, you could ride right against that curb and be able to get good drive up off the corner.
Problems for John Hunter Nemechek, a 2-time runner-up.
Get some stuff light up, but I don't have anything with the throttle pedals.
He was running 6th at the time.
Motor island or not? The motor shut off. Which box is whatever.
Green is still out as they
Turn in there whenever you. Here's your opening right here.
go around Nemechek.
John Hunter stays on the track. There was an opening there to turn in. He elected not to do that. Probably trying to get the truck fired.
Boy, bad break for John Hunter Nemechek. Finished 2nd and 3rd here in the 2 races last year. Finally, the caution is out. 23 laps remaining in this second stage.
And as a competitor, you want to try to get your truck back to pit road, so you do everything that you can. NASCAR would have loved to have had that truck turn in that opening, but as a competitor, you want to do everything you can to get back to the garage as quick as you can.
Bumping and banging in Martinsville. It's what it's all about. We've seen plenty of it today. NASCAR Camping World Truck Series racing on Fox is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Strategy starting to unfold here at Martinsville. 2 of our top 3, Christopher Bell and Chase Elliott, they came to pit road. Why?
You can't wipe the smile off Harvick's face.
Oh.
He loves us right now. He knows this lineup is going to get mixed up when we have the end of this stage. Some guys betting on winning this stage, other guys betting on winning the race, and they pitted to make sure they could do so.
Stage racing has changed the game today at Martinsville.
So on this restart, it'll be Johnny Sauter inside, Matt Crafton outside, a couple of former champions. Sauter to the front, Crafton in second, trying to hold off Chase Briscoe inside of Crafton, battling for second place.
And there's two races going on here. Obviously, everybody up front wants to get the most points that they can.
Oh, and Briscoe goes around and collects Timothy Peters. Oh, who somehow kept it going.
Wow. He got loose on the inside of Matt Crafton, got knocked straight by another truck, and he's still running third.
How did that happen?
That's awesome. That's what short track racing is all about. Timothy Peters is really asking how did that happen, Vince. And look at Grant Infinger in the 98 truck. Jumps into the top 5.
Justin Haley poking his nose in there. Weeds come from the back. Started at the rear of the field. Today he's up to 7th.
Yeah, it looks like we had a little bit of tire smoke. We do have some tire smoke coming off the Briscoe truck.
That's where he got hit and knocked back in the right direction. Good news, bad news. He didn't spin out. That tire might blow. What do you think, Kevin?
We've got 5 laps. We've got 15 laps to go in this stage. So I would say that that's going to probably be bad news before it's all said and done. It's in there pretty good.
Briscoe currently in the 3rd spot with that tire rub there in the 29. He spun, and the 17 of Timothy Peters had nowhere to go. Take a look at it.
Watch Peters just bam. Not only hits Briscoe, hit him pretty hard, knocked him back in the right direction, and now he's got a tire rub because of it. Christopher Bell.
Michael, I was watching this earlier, and the 23 had gotten around the 4, so I don't know how the 4 got back around the 23, but this is going to be the race for the lead after these guys pit. I believe that the 4 and the 23 and this group that pitted to stay out at the end of this stage will be the leaders. So this is the race, the second race that I was talking about before we had the contact earlier.
7 trucks stayed out, including that 4 and 23 truck. They pitted from 2nd and 3rd, and right now they're back in that 13th, 14th position, right?
Yeah, interesting pit strategy for the 4. Prior to coming down pit road, remember the 4 only got 2 tires on the stop before that, so he was having to move his truck around the racetrack, move the groove up a little bit to get a little more grip to maintain that track position. Came down pit road, last opportunity to put 4 tires. They believe they may be able to steal a point at the end of this stage, but they're more concerned about the track position, as Kevin Harvick was alluding to, that they will probably have at lap 140. We'll see how it all plays out for the 4.
And Kevin, that's the strategy. That's the play to win the race today for the 4. They think they can race back in the top 10 and get a point there, but they think that's their best way to win this race, and they're using the strategy around the stages to put themselves in the best position to win this race. I love that call.
Well, the only thing I don't like about this situation is he's being very aggressive and beating up his truck, and I think it's still a good play because of the fact that they have won a race and they didn't think they were going to win the stage and get the playoff point.
The reason the caution came out to begin with was a problem for the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek. Caitlin, what's the latest there?
Well, John Hunter was telling the team the motor spins, but it won't fire. It just pops. So he is down here in the garage area. You can see members of ECR engines underneath the hood. The interior mechanic inside the truck. They're trying to change electrical boxes, see if that can't fix the problem for John Hunter.
A tough break for John Hunter Nemechek. He shot at winning at Martinsville and collecting that grandfather clock. His history today.
Ben Rhodes sliding up the track there. And you see Chase Elliott. Beside Ross Chastain, man, there's nowhere to run or nowhere to hide at Martinsville. You're going to be battling all over the place. This is a battle right around the top 10. Elliott's trying to take that spot.
How about Christopher Bell getting up to the top 10 to that 5th position, so he's going to get one of those extra points at the end of the stage if he can keep it as Chastain goes around.
Yeah, and that was just Chase Elliott finally to the point of saying, all right, I've had enough, and he put the bumper to him and just turned him around.
Chastain was running 6th, or 12th.
And here's the hard part about all this. We can't show you why Chase Elliott was frustrated with the 66 here because there's so much going on. You literally can't cover everything that's going on the racetrack. But you can tell Chase Elliott was frustrated. Trust me, I've been there before.
Probably safe to say everyone out there is frustrated with someone, right?
At some point, for sure. And you can check out, Kevin, we talked about would the 29's tire rub cause an issue. So far, it looks like that tire has won the battle against the metal. Maybe clearance in itself, there wasn't a lot of smoke at the end of that run for him.
Well, this 66 going around and bringing out the caution certainly helps the 29 of Briscoe. Those are laps that are now under caution, less stress on that left front, and maybe takes us to the end of the stage.
Well, you know, this is the interesting part. We've got, what, 4 laps to go?
See if we can see what happens here. Chase Elliott gives a bump to Chastain and then just finishes the job. Spinning him around. I'm sure Ross doesn't understand how that could have all taken place. He didn't cut Chase off. It was just a bounce into the back and then a spin.
I think we go back green here, Michael. I hope. We've got 3 laps left in the stage.
Get one to go.
This is going to get
Get one to go this time.
I don't know how much longer you need to get it back on the. I mean, we're having to kill our tires back here. I don't think we can go the rest of the way and expect to have a shot.
Interesting thought process there about beating up the tires to try to get back toward the front.
You didn't like that either, did you? The way they were having to race back there.
I did not. I think they've torn up their truck a ton. Chase's looks pretty good, but I think the Ford truck is more beat up than it was before he was back there. And now you're going to be at the end of the stage, and you're going to have these guys that are staying out. You've already seen some people pit, and they're just getting further and further behind. So this is going to get interesting.
The 29 and 17.
29 just gets very loose down in the corner, and he's going to spin out. Timothy Peters, nowhere to go, runs into the left front of the 29 and straighten him up. He never lost a spot.
And the 29 is pretty fortunate right there that tire didn't pop.
Way loose. You think it may be a little wheel hopping?
Yeah, I think if he wanted wheel hopping, he was sliding with the back of the truck. He was definitely sliding with the back of the truck all the way to the corner, just chasing it. Unfortunately, there was another truck there. Unfortunately, there was a truck there to save it.
Well, still under yellow here, and it looks like that's the way the stage is going to end.
Yeah, I can't be more excited because it is going to be so mixed up when we get done with this pit stop that I don't even know that the guys up front really realize how many trucks they're going to be behind.
So the 23 and the 4, the 23 of Chase Elliott, the 4 Christopher Bell, they gambled by taking that early break, hoping that they could stay out to the end for the win. Bam!
Heads up, we're going back to 77. Disco.
Series at Martinsville Speedway. Stage 2 is complete. Johnny Sauter wins the stage. Secures that 1 playoff point. Sauter's 3rd stage win of the season.
Big moment for Johnny Sauter. Now he's in Martinsville leading the race, a place he's won 3 times before.
Chase Briscoe pitting from 3rd in that 29 machine. Caitlin?
Well, it's interesting. Vince, he said that.
Alright guys, that is stage 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Stupid thing. What the heck?